Hey, Zach.
Yeah, Mitch?
Do you want to review a Wes Anderson film?
Sure. Cool.
Hi, friends.
I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are Excellent Little Podcasts.
Presenting you a little movie podcast starring Zach and Mitch.
That we are, my friends. And today we are going to review my number 6 of my top 10, Wes Anderson's Asteroid City.
If you can't tell, I'm in a Wes Anderson film myself.
Oh, yes. You are very well lit. You are just staring blankly into a camera, and you are doing so great. Taking great notes.
I couldn't hold it. Okay.
Well done, little grasshopper.
All right. So, Asteroid City, a brief summary. Thank you, IMDb. A grieving father travels with his tech-obsessed family to small rural Asteroid City to compete in a junior stargazing event, only to have his worldview disrupted forever.
Studio would be Focus Features / Universal Pictures / Comcast. Director,
Wes Anderson.
Screenplay,
Wes Anderson. And Roman Coppola.
Friend of the channel.
Francis Ford's boy.
We wish he was friend of the channel, but hey, we are no stranger to that family, and the duration is 1 hour and 44 minutes.
That was lovely, Zach. As I go into my, I can't do it. I can't. I tried to commit to the bit.
You're good. You're doing great, pal.
All right.
Well, since you need to collect yourself a little bit, can I go ahead and split up the episode?
Go for it.
Gotcha, pal. So welcome to Little Movie Podcast, my friends. For those that are just joining us, we split our episodes up into 3 different parts. We'll start with our non-spoiler section where we give first thoughts and non-spoiler things like cast performances, things that we're seeing in the trailer, stuff like that. Then we'll go ahead and move on to our review, which Mitch will go ahead and break down for that. And then we'll move into our spoiler section when we get onto it.
All right. So Zach.
Yeah.
I know it's your number 6.
Yeah.
But can I go first?
Absolutely, my friend.
I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah?
This is actually confession time. This is my first Wes Anderson film. I've watched from start to finish.
Okay.
I didn't see the Fantastic Mr. Fox. I didn't see Isle of Dogs. I didn't see, because he also did Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yep, he did Grand Budapest.
This was my first Wes Anderson film that I watched from start to finish.
Okay.
I had a blast watching this film. There were multiple times where I was dying. I almost fell on my chair a couple times because he's known for his comedy.
Yeah.
But he's also known for his directing style of I'm going to make sure that this comedy gets through by the shots that he does. But I had a blast with this film. But Zach, what'd you think of your number 6?
It's a Wes Anderson film. And that's what I was looking forward to when I was talking about my top 10. I wanted to see another good Wes Anderson film, and it again, he did another well done film, and only in the way Wes Anderson can.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So cast performances time. So we have Jason Schwartzman as Augie.
Yeah. I'm actually really happy that Jason Schwartzman actually gets a fairly big role because I feel that he's one of those actors that have kind of slipped under the radar a whole bit.
Some 2-bit parts, maybe.
Yeah, but one role that really captured me from his back catalog is a Disney classic. Well, seems to be a cult classic of Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah, of
where
course.
he plays one of the very famous songwriters, Sherman Brothers. He does such a wonderful job in that, and that's where he really got on my radar. But this was his take on a Wes Anderson character, and I freaking ate that stuff up.
That's something that a lot of actors, I feel like, want to do. They want to play a part, and even if it's the smallest part, because every part in a Wes Anderson film matter.
Yeah.
They always do. There's no a leading person or leading lady or leading man, whatever. Every part has a role to play. And there's a lot in this one. But
But yeah, what did you think of Jason's performance?
Yeah, he was good. He was really good. There's a few things that are very spoilers, but we can't get into it.
Nah.
See, this is how funny this movie was. We are literally laughing throughout this entire review. But the next one is Scarlett Johansson as Midge. Not my name. Midge.
No. But yeah,
It's Scarlett Johansson.
It's Scarlett Johansson. And she does actually a pretty good job of taking Wes Anderson's direction into her own style.
Yeah.
She was the one that I think the most worried about coming into it, I felt like. But she actually handles it really, really well.
Really?
And she handled what I thought was some of the hardest scenes as a complete 100% actress pro like she is. So.
Okay, that's fair. I also would agree that she really just nailed the part. I wouldn't say I was worried about her performance because I knew she was going to deliver.
Well,
Yeah, but this was a surprise for me. Jake Ryan as Woodrow Brainiac. He was good.
Yeah, I feel like this is, I'm not going to lie, whenever I think of a Wes Anderson performance, I mean, this guy nailed it to a T.
Okay.
Literally from every single deadpan line delivery, every single look, every single beat, this kid got it. He understood the assignment. And he almost kind of reminds me of almost like a little mini Wes Anderson almost.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
I really, anytime that kid was on screen, I really enjoyed his performance.
All right. So speaking of style.
Yeah.
Yeah, this film is pretty much like Zach mentioned earlier on. This has the Wes Anderson style from start to finish. And for this being my first foray into his style, I totally understand why people love his style, you know. But what did you think of the style?
Well, because I love all of his start cuts. I like that how he lingers on specific areas of the cuts, such as whenever he even just kind of leaves the camera on an actor or actress a little longer than he technically should,
like right now,
or if another character starts talking, he won't right away cut to them. He lingers a little bit, which I really enjoy. His color palette I also find very interesting. It's not like if I was a filmmaker, it wouldn't be the color palette that I choose. Sure. But it's such a refreshing thing to see as more and more movies are starting to get kind of those kind of same colors and undertones. It's a really refreshing brightness to all of his films that he has. And then, of course, you have his comedy and 3-act structure where he freaking always just kind of lays out his acts, and he always really does a good job with mitigating comedy and character moments, and he does just a phenomenal job. Does he always make it to the best picture nods? No, but do I feel his movies are always extremely underrated? Yes, because I think French Dispatch is a criminally underrated film on his catalog. I actually think is actually one of his best, but it's a hallmark of a Wes Anderson film if a Wes Anderson film is being studied.
All right. So there's our non-spoiler section. Now it's time for our review. And Zach mentioned, I'll break this down.
Yeah.
So we here at Excellent Little Podcasts, as we present you Little Movie Podcasts, we do reviews a little differently here. We have 3 categories with 2 phantom categories. Our lowest category is we feed it to the dog, meaning we don't like the film very much, but we still think you need to form your own opinion, whether it's in theaters, wait till streaming, whatever you have at your disposal. We have also another category, which is needs to cook a little more, meaning it just needs a little bit of an actor's change, a script change, a director change, any kind of change to get to our next category, which is eat it up. Meaning we really enjoyed this film. We definitely recommend you see it in the theaters. But if you can't, definitely as soon as it's on streaming, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever you have, definitely go watch it. All right. So Zach,
Yes.
quit fooling around. This is your number 6.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I ate it up.
I also ate it up.
It's
It's a Wes Anderson film.
I picked it because it's a Wes Anderson film, and I was not disappointed. I came in knowing what pretty much thinking I knew what I expected, and came out of it getting what I expected, and in all the right reasons, in all the right ways. I love Wes Anderson. The cast is phenomenal, always really well cast, and it was really well done.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. This was a very good introduction for me to a Wes Anderson film style. So yeah, thank you for recommending this, Zach. All right. So before we go into our next section, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. What's your favorite Wes Anderson film?
I'm really excited to hear those ones.
Follow us on our other sites such as Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or email us at elpodcastmz@gmail.com. But now it's spoiler time.
Oh yeah, and boy, do we have the change for you. Aliens have invaded our little bit.
But here's the thing. Before we talk about that, the film's a play.
It is.
And it's narrated by Bryan Cranston.
And Edward Norton a little bit too.
And a little bit of Adrian Brody. And for a small bit, Willem Dafoe. I love Bryan Cranston.
Oh, he was
was
great.
hilarious. Like there was a scene where we all thought it was going to be a narration because Scarlett Johansson turned to him and he's just like, am I not in this? He laughed so hard he's coughing. But yeah, so the film is a 3-act play.
Yeah.
And the characters that you see in the film are actors performing in this play, if you will. I think one of them is an understudy, and it's the kid, and it's the actor that plays Woodrow or the Brainiac. He is the understudy, which I think was funny, yeah. But it was really interesting. Like it happened, and it's like, oh yeah, this is a play, and I'm like, oh, I think your mouth dropped a little bit.
Well, my mouth didn't drop, but I definitely moved forward in my seat a little bit because how Wes Anderson usually directs, he's usually big into his scene cards. He's big into his making sure you know when an act begins and an act ends. So it was kind of almost really refreshing to see him do almost a spoof on himself, almost, which I thought was really kind of cool. But yeah, that was so freaking cool. But I really wanted to talk about these aliens. Can I talk about
There's one alien in particular that is
so freaking good.
Played by Jeff Goldblum, but for like a second.
For a second. I doubt that he actually was like there to like do anything because Wes Anderson does like his stop motion.
Yeah, it's a stop motion alien.
So he has the Roadrunner for this one and the alien to bring in for his stop motion. And oh my God, this alien was so freaking perfect to do for the stop motion.
Yeah, because it's like he comes in to steal this asteroid because Asteroid City is the place where an asteroid came to Earth, and it's like a yearly convention for brainiacs, and the alien comes to collect the asteroid again, and everyone's just like looking at this alien all dumbfounded, and there he is, he collects it, and he's just like looking around like, is there, and everyone's just staring. And one of them, and Jason Schwartzman's character takes a picture of him, and he holds up the asteroid like an Oscar. And then he goes off into his UFO. And I'm not kidding you. People in the audience were rolling the entire time.
Fucking good.
And then it comes back. Yeah. But this time it just drops the asteroid.
And it was cataloged.
Yeah. Okay,
I just love it when the general picks it up and he goes like, he inventoried it.
Yeah. All right. So that's Asteroid City. Are you done, Zach?
It was so good.
So, as we finish this, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment your favorite Wes Anderson film, follow us on our other sites such as Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. What are our other sites, Zach?
Maybe another thing coming in the future, but that's
email us at elpodcastmz@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or send it by Asteroid. I don't
Yeah.
care. But
All right.
until that next time, my friends, I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are Excellent Little Podcast.